Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain and today I'm looking at Koi Koi Japan, a Hanafuda playing cards game. Now I'm actually rather happy I get the opportunity to even play this. A lot of time this kind of card game is not available to a Western audience. A lot of developers don't bother translating this kind of game, and this is the kind of game that I thought that Cards of Spirits could become at some point, with a bit more development into it. Now this is created by Zoo Corporation, and if that sounds familiar, that's because they did Delicious Pretty Girls Mahjong game, which I've reviewed before. And this one's a lot more tasteful. Also a bit more expensive in all honesty. It ended up a whopping $6.99 for a playing cards game. I'm not complaining though. As I said, often don't get a chance to even play this kind of game. And it's actually polished very, very well. Just going through the basics, as you can see, there's help hints everywhere. You've got options in the original Japanese and in English. You've got a CPU level, which is very nice for your difficulties for single player. Slider bars rather than percentages, nah, I'll give or take that. It's actually not bad. The help is a very simple overview of Koi Koi. You have this theme setting, which is great fun. You can choose various backgrounds. There's a few more, which the traditional woodcuts, which I preferred. I've always loved that art style, but that's content for the DLC packs. And the DLC packs, there's 3 of them. Each of them is £1.59, and they expand the campaign mode for single player. You can also pick a variety of background music as well, which is really nice. So you've got the calm. Quite lovely. They're just upbeat. And then a little bit in between. And so on. Bit of a slow starter. Now, as tempted I am to go for number 2, I will not sit still if I put that on. So let's go for this. I kind of really like this music. It reminds me of Goemon Mystical Ninja, a game I've not played in years and I absolutely love, just to the setting and theme. You've also got this guide character setting, which is the character you'll be playing against in single player, and also helps you in the tutorial. Doesn't actually change anything, other than the name when they introduce themselves. But if you've got a particular favourite, just pick one. So you can go from the lovely little girl we saw at the start, Meg, or you can have a little ninja, if you want. Or a butler. Or someone in a festival kimono. So let's go for the ninja for now. I could go for the samurai, but yeah, ninjas are always cooler. Now, this is the biggest thing I'm just going to go through. The tutorial is very good. Also, there's a help borders on the cards themselves, so even if you can't recognise what cards match up, you'll get a nice little outline glowing around the cards, which is brilliant, because I was having a lot of trouble trying to just look at the cards and figure out what was going on. And the game itself is actually rather fun. So we're just going to go through the tutorial, and I'll let you guys make your minds up if you want to play this. And also you'll understand the game a little better. Also, I'd like to mention this game has really good Steam integration. It's got Steam achievements, it's got Steam cards, it's got a Steam cloud, and also has online Steam leaderboards. You know, Zoo Corporation really did a good job on this one. So what we're trying to do is match cards up and build certain groups of cards which will earn us points, and those deduct from your opponent's score. So after 12 rounds, the person with the most score wins, or if your opponent falls to 0, you also win. So 48 cards with 4 cards of each type, with tree and flower representing the 12 months of the year. All these cards are used for playing Koi Koi. So, you know, an expert player might be able to tell you what all of those are straight off, but I just cannot recognise what month they are. And nice little transition there. So let's see if we can be dealer. Yep, it looks like I'm dealer. I learnt that one. That's about March. Okay, so I am the dealer. Though I think no matter which one I select, I'm the dealer. It'll kind of rig it so I get the March card. So as you can see, the interspace is very clear. I can also choose the background of the card type, so that's nice. So as soon as you match a group up, you can stop the game, or you can call Koi Koi to continue the game and see if you can match more groups together, so you can earn more points. However, if your opponent also matches cards and they call the game to a stop first, their score will be the one that's calculated. So if your opponent's got a lot of cards matched up, as soon as you get one match, you could stop and they wouldn't get any points. So it's quite tactical how long you continue for. And you can see it's very, very simple. It really walks you through the basics. Even if the language is a little confusing at times. And it does acknowledge that some cards look similar but are not. So it really should like pair up the ones that are, you know, in the same set. That's the only way I can think that little bit of tutorial could be better. So yes, while we match up a card, we also draw a card, and if that matches up, we also gain that card to our piles. Otherwise it just goes to the centre and it becomes another card that can be matched up later. As you can see, our opponent's matching up light, ribbon and plains. But we've got seed, ribbon and plain. So this round none of our cards are a match. So we select this card to place in the centre. We still draw a card. But we've been fortunate and the drawn card matches up with the one we placed. So even if you don't get to actually put a card down that matches, you can still gain cards via the draw. And I was just mentioning that you can set up combos by putting cards down that you also have a card in your hand that can match, but you might be unlucky and your opponent might steal it away before you get the chance. And here we go. This is the pause option. There's also a chat option, which is rather nice. I wonder what your cards does. Maybe explain what type of cards you've got. So the is it Yaku? I'm just going to go with Yaku. Unfortunately, I don't know how the word's pronounced, but yeah, the Yaku is essentially there's different sets of cards we're aiming to gather. As you can see, each one's worth different amounts of points. I tend to learn a few of the basic ones, or just keep aiming for some of the smaller ones and kind of hope. I'm not quite mastered this game yet, I'll be honest. I'm a bit of a fly by the seat of my pants. Once I've got one or two matchups, I'm happy with like a 1 or 2 points win. So you can see there's quite a lot of different things, and it's quite clear what matches up with what. And you gain additional points for continuing doing Koi Koi. Go. And that's our first matchup. Yes, let us select Koi Koi. You get this jazzy little music that pops up. This was our current path. Yep, I figured that out. I will confess, when I was playing this earlier and trying out the tutorial, I accidentally skipped that section of the tutorial and just kept going. Actually, I kept hitting yes, I didn't hit no for ages, so that was a little different. I wonder how I accidentally skipped out of the tutorial before then. So I guess there's a few hidden bugs here and there. I didn't even realise it was a bug before that. And this is how it explains how the points add up. Yep. So that's the tutorial in a nutshell. That's Koi Koi Japan. I really do like this game. I think it's a brilliant way of having a digital card game. It's very clear, it's very concise. The tutorial is just so simple but very effective, even if it's a little verbose in sections. The game itself is actually very fun and kind of addictive. And if you see this on a bundle on sale, I would actually recommend this game. I think £7 is a little expensive, but in some ways it is worth it considering the amount of work they've put into the game. So I'm kind of on the fence regarding pricing. The music's fun and jazzy, the character and art's are really nice, and that's all I've really got to say on this one. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you online in multiplayer.